Welcome to Keys and Conversations, where we mix music with meaningful discussions. I'm your host, Joel Smith, and today we have an amazing guest, bassist, musician, storyteller, Mr. Tony L.
Peace.
We're going to jam a little bit, talk about his journey, and dive into what makes his music so powerful. So let's get into it.
All right, let's get into it, brother.
So Tony.
What's up?
All right, I know that you were born in Kingston, Jamaica.
Yeah, tell it right. Kingston, Jamaica, my man.
Righteous. Indeed. And raised in Trenton, New Jersey.
Yeah, great state of Trenton, New Jersey.
All right, so tell us a little bit about those early days. What was the moment you realized that music was your thing?
Well, I first saw James Brown. My dad took me to James Brown. I was blown away. I don't remember who the band was, but I just remember James Brown on the stage kicking it, man. That thing hit me hard. And then my sister was dating Raymond Earl, and we met. He started teaching me, and that was it, man. I fell in love with the music thing. Started writing music back then.
Wow, that's heavy. So let me ask you this. So how did growing up in Trenton shape your musical journey?
Well, Trenton is a big city with music, man. When I grew up, there was always bands on every corner. You know, in the parks, in the summertime, you go out there and watch the bands play. I used to go on Stive and Snaps and watch a band called Radiation. They were just devastatingly good.
Right.
And they practiced hard, man. Mr. Grice at the high school, the band competition we used to have. Music was everywhere, man. It was a part of Trenton growing up. You had to feel it somewhere, and it really caught me, you know what I'm saying? That's what it was all about.
Wow, okay. Now you made mention to the fact of Mr. Raymond Earl, and for those who aren't familiar, if you've ever heard the song I Got My Mind Made Up, it was composed and produced by a band out of Trenton, New Jersey called Instant Funk. And Mr. Raymond Earl was the original bassist for that band. You said that your sister was dating him, but is it true that Raymond gave you your first bass? And if so, what was that like? What was the biggest lesson he taught you?
Yeah, man, I told Raymond I wanted to play. He saw this little kid. He said, all right. He brought me a bass one day. I said, what? He brought me a bass, gave it to me. He'd come over and play. They would be going on shows. Like one night he stopped over, he brought over Evelyn Camp, Champagne King to the house so I could meet her. You know, they went to Don Kirshner rock concert. After that, they come over before every gig. He'll stop by and see me, give me a lesson, teach me something. Then he stop by and see how I'm doing, follow up. You know, going to shows, going to rehearsals, watching Scotty, Kim, and all the guys that in Philly watched them rehearse at Bunny Siegel's house in the basement. Took me down there, met Grover Washington, a bunch of cats, man. It was a great growing up.
Wow, that is absolutely amazing. Let me ask you this. I know that you started your first band called the Funketeers in high school.
No, it was in junior high school.
Ooh, in junior high school, even younger. So tell me, what was the story behind that name and what kind of music were you making?
Back then, funk was the thing for us. We was listening to a lot of funk bands, you know, Barcades, Ohio Players, Instant Funk, Cameo, and the list goes on, Parliament Funkadelic. So everybody was in the funk. So I don't know how we came up with the name Funketeers, but me, Mark, and Derek Kelly was a three-piece band, drum, bass, and guitar. We just came up with a song called Funketeers. We wrote my first song called damn, I'm losing my mind now. I forgot the name of the song.
That's so good. Well, I tell you what, we'll come back to that, but very quickly, I also know that you mentioned previously that you were fortunate enough to study at Trenton High, and I know that you had some legendary music teachers at Trenton High, specifically Mr. Tommy Grice and Mr. Tommy Passarella.
Yes.
What was it like learning from those guys?
Oh, Grice was the man. Passarella, Grice, this cat had an ear so sharp. You can have 30 musicians playing, he can hear the one note that you're not supposed to play from, I don't care where you sit in the orchestra. He'll stop and say, you! Stop the whole orchestra and point you out. You hit that one off note. And I said, man, this guy's incredible. Grice, he always explained to us that, you know, he had a love for music. I never understood why Mr. Grice, who knew all these musicians from Earth, Wind, and Fire, everybody, Phil Bailey, and he came to high school to teach. And I didn't understand until I grew up that it was his term to pass that music on to us. And he touched so many people that came through Trenton. Mr. Grice was a part of our lives. His inspiration, his dedication to music, and the way he held us and taught us, hey, learn the music first. You know, it's not about the money, about the music. Then you can expand. You know, and he wanted us to succeed. That's what I saw him. He wanted to succeed and do something great. And I really appreciate him. Sorry he's gone, but that was a great band. Passarella, oh man, on them keyboards, you know.
Right,
And he was a motivator. But they always kept us up, hyped up about the music. They loved the music so much. When you got to class, you just had to gravitate to it. You just had to. We took music theory 1, 2, and 3, understanding the music, the chord changes, why the progressions, playing outside the chord, learning the different chords, and understand how they go together makes me a better player today. You know, I wish I could put more into it, but I took time out doing the military. But I'm back in it now, and I'm loving it.
Outstanding. Let me ask you a question to follow up on that. You kind of have touched on what the most important lesson they instilled in you. But let me ask you a question. Did they encourage you to pursue music as a career, or was it more about passion?
It was more about passion. Mr. Grace always warned us about the career thing. He always said, gold albums don't pay the bills. I didn't understand that when I was younger, but I understand it now. Them gold albums on the wall ain't pay no bills a day.
Wow, that's deep. That's deep and so true. Let's move on. You also touched upon the fact that you served a significant time in the military. So after high school, your path took a turn, correct? You joined the Army, but music found you again, even there. Tell us about the Mellow Madness Band at Fort Bragg.
I was at Fort Bragg, United States Army, 82nd Airborne Division, and I left there, went to 5th Special Forces, and I ran this band called Mellow Madness. I actually went out to this church just to hang out. I met some brothers, and the music caught me again. I said, oh, and we started playing. The three of us started playing. Before you know it, we had organized a band. You know, we played together about a year, and I had a backup player, bass player named Zach Gwynn. He's now with Fatback Band touring. He used to play with us. But so when I go on missions, he'll be sitting in. We was able to get signed to our first record label, Catawba Records. We put out a single. We toured a little bit. Then things kind of went south, and back in the Army I went.
Man, you were fortunate enough to sign that first recording contract, as you said, with Catawba Records. Talk a little bit about what that experience was like, really making the transition from an amateur musician to a professional musician with a recording contract, and how did it pan out?
Well, it was a lot of hard work, you know. It was a lot of hard work, mostly practice, getting the right people together with the right state of mind who's on the same sheet of music. So once we finally got the right band together, everything just started to click. We had a manager. Next thing you know, we had our own building. Next thing you know, we had our own truck. We had a bus full of equipment. We had outfits. Next thing you know, we were doing little tours. Next thing you know, we doing bigger tours. Next thing you know, we signed a record label, and it was just one thing after another until things kind of fizzled out. You know, obviously drugs and stuff got in the way, and everything kind of went kind of south.
That classic story of talented people with troubled things getting in the way.
Exactly.
Man, that's heavy. That's heavy. Let me move on. So, after serving in the military and going through some of life's ups and downs, in 2013, you decided it was time to fully commit to music. What made that moment so special and different?
What made that moment special? Well, when I was over there in Iraq, laying in that desert looking up, and I said, if I make it out of this alive, I'm getting back, I'm going to put my years in and go and start this whole new phase of life again. So I came back, had a few injuries, had to go through a little recovery time. I'm still going through it now, but I said, I'm going to do this. So I'm focused on my music. First of all, I want to invest in myself, learn the project. I've been up this road before, but this I want to do differently. You think about like going to school, you work all your days, take all these tests, you study, then one day you graduate and boom, it's over. What's next? You got to go to the next thing. So life is like that. You got to have something to live for. So music gives me something to live for. I'm learning these instruments, not just the instruments, the woods, how they made the designs, weights, the angles, the difference, the strings, the bass cables, how to play the piano, mixing, recording, editing. I want to learn all of that. Promotions, how to promote, how to get your music out there. I'm doing all that now. I'm learning all that because I want to learn that so I can see every single step of the way how it's done, not just playing the bass and getting to write the song and somebody's taking care for me. I want to do it myself and see how it's doing. So I have the rest of my life to do that. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue to do this, get my name out there and get the word out there and just meet people and continue to do this and enjoy the rest of my life doing this.
That's outstanding. Let me ask you a question. What specifically does Tony L as an artist represent?
Tony L as an artist represents good music, good times, a lot of fun. Let's stay motivated, getting others involved, and taking care of each other. That's what Tony L is all about.
Outstanding, outstanding. Your music is inspired by a lot of life experiences, joy, pain, and hard work. Can you share a story behind a song that means a lot to you?
So that's a good one. That's a good one. Let me see right here. I wrote a song called "In My Camaro 2SS" a while back. It's about a car, but it's not about the car. It's about taking life's journey and all that comes with it, sticking to what you believe in, and moving forward, never giving up, never quitting, and believing in yourself. That's what it's all about. That's what I always live by, and that's why I wanted to get everybody to live by. Believe in yourself, stay committed, be positive, but you can't do anything until you believe in yourself and what you're doing and what you're about.
Excellent, excellent. I know that as a result of your military career, you faced some physical limitations, but you keep pushing forward. Can you tell me what motivates you to keep going, and what advice do you have for musicians who might be facing their own struggles?
Never give up. Just keep going. Don't let limitations stop you. Yeah, I can't walk around and jump around, do all things I want to, but I can sit and talk. I can move around a little bit. Don't let limitations stop you, no matter what it is. You can always find a way around. You can always find a way to improve. There's others help you, but stay motivated. Find something you're passionate about. If it's music like mine, do it. Live it. Breathe it. Eat it. Sleep it. Dream it. Be it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what drives me every day.
Man, that's powerful. That's powerful. If you could tell young Tony something about the journey ahead, what would it be?
Listen to your instincts. Don't listen to a bunch of nonsense being blown your way, because folks will tell you crap, sell you crap, just to get over on you. Your gut is always trying to tell you the right thing. Listen to your gut. Your gut is usually right.
Man, this has been so powerful an experience. I'm so grateful to you, man, for taking this time to let us peek into your craft and your art a little bit. Finally, why don't you tell the people where they can find your music and stay connected with you?
To find me, all you got to do is go online, Apple, iTunes, whatever, and look up Tony L. You can find me. Just go online and look me up. Tony L.
Outstanding. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap up our show for today. Once again, it's Keyboards and Conversations. And we're going to finish it out. Let's go back to that. You mentioned that you had the good fortune to meet Mr. Grover Washington. Let's do a little bit more of that Mr. Magic before we get out of here.
We can jam on that a little bit.
Cool, cool. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next time. Peace.